Sean Diddy Combs is one of the most dynamic and influential figures in modern entertainment. A man who transformed hip-hop, shaped a generation of artists, built an empire across music and fashion, and became nearly as well known for his charisma and lifestyle as his business vision. From his early days behind the scenes at Uptown Records to multiple Grammy wins, groundbreaking business ventures, and now facing serious legal accusations, Diddy's story is one of ambition, reinvention, triumphs, controversies, and persistence. This is the full sweep of a career marked by creativity and complexity. Sean Diddy Combs was born November 4, 1969, in Harlem, New York. After his parents separated, he moved with his mother to Mount Vernon. Their modest apartment was filled with laughter, music, and discipline. His mother, Janice Combs, a dedicated teacher, encouraged academic excellence. Music entered through family and church, but young Sean's eyes shone when he heard hip-hop. As a student at Mount Vernon High, he played quarterback and ran track, but he also hung around record stores, open mic nights, and local radio shows. By age 19, he'd earned a bachelor's degree in business from Howard University in 1990, a key credential for a life he never imagined would become this huge. He stayed in New York to work in marketing. His early work as an intern at Uptown Records introduced him to Andre Harrell, his mentor and friend. He worked as a talent director, A&R man, music video producer, a jack of all trades. His charisma and energy earned attention, and soon he became known as Puff Daddy, a phrase he toggled into Puffy, then P. Diddy, before eventually going by Diddy. The name changes marked reinvention and reinvention, always pivoting forward. In 1993, at just 23, he founded Bad Boy Entertainment. That was a seismic act, signing artists like the Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack, Mary J. Blige, and eventually Faith Evans and 112. Diddy built a powerhouse label rooted in soulful samples, hard drums, and swagger. His first Bad Boy album, No Way Out, dropped in 1997 and immediately hit #1 on the Billboard 200. It won a Grammy for Best Rap Album. It also coexisted with massive success for Biggie's Life After Death. A bittersweet second to those feelings as Biggie was killed only 13 days after its release. The pain was deep. Diddy cried publicly, wore heavy black clothing for months, and struggled to continue. But he carried on. The label released hits, produced platinum records, and helped shape East Coast rap's sound deep into the 2000s. Beyond the label, Combs became an artist himself. He released hit songs like Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, I'll Be Missing You, a tribute to Biggie that topped charts and won a Grammy, Mo Money, Mo Problems, Been Around the World, and Last Night. His music blended rap, R&B, and pop with cinematic productions, anthemic horns, layered hooks, mournful piano that became his signature style. He also won multiple Grammy Awards, Producer of the Year, Rap Producer, and more. I call America, but I just want you to know, he rapped, that I will always keep it real, in No Way Out. And he did keep pushing. He extended into fashion, beauty, and fragrance. His clothing lines, Sean John and Ennis, launched in 1998 and 2001. Sean John became a billion-dollar brand. Diddy won a CFDA award in 2004. His fragrances like Unforgivable and I Am King sold millions of bottles. He entered film and television too. He produced hit shows including MTV's Making the Band, which created girl group Danity Kane, and starred in films like Get Him to the Greek, Monsters Ball, and A Raisin in the Sun. By the 2000s, Combs was an empire builder. He launched the Combs Wine and Spirits Group, the Revolt Media Network, and dealt in tequila with De Leon Tequila. He acquired stake in the Boston Red Sox, his alma mater football team, and invested in vodka and drinks companies, always leaning into the blend of culture and commerce that defined his brand. But with fame came scrutiny and legal battles. In 2004, he was arrested on weapons and bribery allegations, though the charge was dismissed. In 2010, he was arrested for assaulting a record promoter. He pleaded no contest. In 2012, he was involved in an off-duty shooting in Hawaii. He was arrested, but later the arrest warrant was dismissed because the complaining witness wouldn't testify. Those events painted him as a complex figure, both larger than life and fallible. Then in October 2023, the world changed. Diddy was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including assault with a deadly weapon, sex trafficking, false imprisonment, and witness tampering, related to a night in Los Angeles. His public persona seemed out of touch with the charges. He maintained his innocence. His legal team claimed evidence of a consensual sexual relationship and denied allegations. But the case grew larger. Hundreds of pages of complaints, allegations of assault spanning years, intimidation tactics, coercion, and more. And now in mid-2025, prosecutors are seeking to escalate those charges to include arson and kidnapping allegations. The decision to amend the charges means the case has new weight. Arson could bring up to 28 years in prison. Kidnapping would carry more than 25 years. If convicted on all counts, Diddy could face life behind bars. It's an escalation of stakes that rival President Nixon's Watergate scandal complexities. Supporters say the move is political. Plaintiff advocates argue it's overdue justice. Either way, the spotlight is blinding. Through it all, Diddy has continued working. In 2024, he released the Love album. Off the Grid, his 9th studio album, featuring Biggie's final recordings. Lil Wayne, Stevie Wonder, and emerging stars. He toured, headlined festivals, and talked up new business investments in music tech and whiskey. He donated to Hurricane Laura relief, joined Black Lives Matter marches, and spoke out about mental health and violence. He positioned himself as a community leader, even as legal battles threatened to erode that position. The most striking thing is his resilience. Diddy has taken down colossal comebacks, from the deaths of Biggie and Tupac, where he donated $500,000 to each family's foundation and survived 2 assassination attempts of his own. From the 2004 shooting of diss track collaborator T.I. at his birthday party, to financial setbacks caused by the Great Recession, where Forbes estimated he lost 50 to 75% of his net worth. But he always landed on his feet, earning a Forbes estimated net worth of $900 million by 2019. He invested values, culture, ambition, style, hustle. He defined a modern American success story, and that legend has carried him into legal crises that would have broken lesser figures. But this scandal could finally break him. If arson and kidnapping charges stick, the result could be unprecedented for an entertainer, a felony score that might eclipse legal nightmares faced by Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby. He may lose his music catalog, shutter businesses, or have bail revoked. He may serve decades in prison if convicted. Yet even as his personal life falls under curtains, his business ventures ripple forward. Sean John remains a strong fashion brand. Revolt continues to include rappers and journalists in trending debates. The tequila business seems unaffected. Diddy's label Bad Boy still releases music. His relationships can shift. Some collaborators distance from him, others remain loyal. He may need to surrender ownership, but his cultural imprint remains enormous. The question now isn't whether his life will continue. It's how it changes. Will he be convicted? Will he serve? If convicted, it's unlikely he'll promote his Celebrate America concerts or business launches. But if he avoids prison or enters a plea bargain, perhaps house arrest, he might continue to run operations behind the scenes. A settlement of this size will likely include major financial forfeiture. Meanwhile, victims could recoup millions. For his fans, this could mean losing not just a musician, but a business icon, a mentor to rising rappers, a fashion trendsetter, a spirit maker. But for the broader cultural world, it means asking uncomfortable questions. Can artistry outweigh accountability? Where is the line between personal success and personal responsibility? Can we still celebrate producers, executives, and mavericks without ignoring the shadow side? Or are we better off factoring every action into legacy? After all, Diddy remains influential. He's part of a handful of Black entrepreneurs who built global businesses from hip-hop's foundations. He shook off the black tax joke that depressed many rappers' ambitions in the 2000s. He made high fashion accessible to hip-hop culture. He created a model for artist-owned labels. He opened paths for countless others. But now the same structure that elevated him, a system of power, loyalty, and celebrity, stands in legal crosshairs. At 55, Diddy stands as both titan and accused. His life's playlist spans triumph and turbulence. A new track is being written, a legal one. It may hit final verdicts years from now. For now, his influence remains intact, but his future is uncertain. What we do know, Sean Combs has faced death, disaster, and doubt before. If there's one sideline he knows by heart, it's survival. But this time, stakes are higher, much higher.